Well, folks, the race is officially on for who will become Donald Trump's vice presidential pick. Who is going to be on that ticket with him? Whose last name are we going to see plastered on signs and bumper stickers alongside Trump 2024? Well, if Alyssa Farah Griffin, a former aide to Donald Trump who now serves as a co-host on The View, is to be believed, that individual, that name we might see everywhere, could in fact be Arkansas Governor, former Trump communications director, Sarah Huckabee Sanders. Now, that's a horrifying thought, right? I mean, that's pretty terrible to think about. But here is what Farah Griffin recently said on an episode of The View. I think the favorite is actually Sarah Huckabee Sanders, governor of Arkansas. He sees her as staff, but he's also seen her introduce huge crowds and gin up an audience. Elise Stefanik is being considered, she then added. And sure, Elise Stefanik is, of course, being considered. Stefanik even admitted over the weekend while she was defending Donald Trump's declining mental state, she then said, "I'd be happy to serve in his administration in any capacity," Stefanik said. But Sarah Huckabee Sanders. Now, there are reasons, taking off political blinders here. I loathe Sarah Huckabee Sanders, as a Ring of Fire audience knows. But let's think about it for a moment. Would Sarah Huckabee Sanders actually make a good running mate for Donald Trump? Well, she checks off the boxes that Donald Trump cares the most about. She's extremely, exceedingly, and unwaveringly loyal to him. And that's the end of those boxes. That is literally the only thing Donald Trump cares about. If you are loyal to him, if you've never wavered, if you've never questioned him, if you've never told him no, congratulations, you're officially in the running to be his vice presidential candidate. So Sarah Huckabee Sanders checks that box. For the Republican Party, she now has executive experience. Granted, it's only 1 year, and that 1 year has been mired in scandal after scandal after scandal. She still is technically a governor, and that carries a little bit of weight. Not to mention the fact that it's not an election year for Arkansas. So Huckabee Sanders can run as the vice presidential pick, lose, and it's not going to hurt her. Arkansas is not going to, oh God, we're going to have to come up with another candidate this year because she's running for vice president and can't run for governor. No, they already had their election, 2022. So they've got time. They don't have to worry about that. So she's in a good position where she wouldn't have to, abandon another race in order to run as his vice president. Now, another person, though, in addition to Elise Stefanik, who, of course, being a member of the House, does have to run in another election this year, another person who checks those same boxes as Huckabee Sanders is Kristi Noem. Now, Kristi Noem, governor of South Dakota, also has some baggage, not nearly as much as Sarah Huckabee Sanders, so she could also be a potential pick. Other names that we have, of course, heard, Don Jr. at the end of last week actually said Tucker Carlson is certainly in consideration. But other names are Marjorie Taylor Greene and Kari Lake. I don't think he's stupid enough to pick any of those. But he is stupid enough to pick Sarah Huckabee Sanders. And again, it's due to her unwavering loyalty to him. Here's the problem. She doesn't bring anybody new to the party. Sarah Huckabee Sanders is seen as just another extension of Donald Trump. She's also very extreme, doing the same thing that other horrible Republican governors like DeSantis and Abbott in Texas and Kemp in Georgia have done. The book banning, the transgender banning, the abortion bans, all that kind of stuff. So she doesn't have any moderate leanings. So she's not going to attract any of those swing voters. She's not going to get the people that are on the fence with no loyalty to either party. So if he picks her, that's very bad for his ticket. But the loyalty thing is going to outweigh that. So don't be surprised if you see Trump team up with his former favorite staffer, Sarah Huckabee Sanders, because she does the only thing that Trump cares about, and that is loving him unconditionally. One of today's video sponsors is Miracle Made. Your temperature at night can have one of the greatest impacts on your sleep quality. And if you wake up too hot or too cold, I highly recommend that you check out Miracle Made's bed sheets. Inspired by NASA, Miracle Made uses silver-infused fabrics and makes temperature-regulating bedding so you can sleep at the perfect temperature all night long. Using these silver-infused fabrics inspired by NASA, Miracle Made sheets are thermoregulating and designed to keep you at the perfect temperature all night long, so you get better sleep every night. These sheets are infused with silver that prevent up to 99.7% of bacterial growth, leaving them to stay cleaner and fresh 3 times longer than other sheets. Miracle sheets are luxuriously comfortable without the high price tag of other luxury brands, and they feel as nice, if not nicer, than bed sheets used by most 5-star hotels. And it's designed for your skin. Stop sleeping on bacteria. Bacteria can clog your pores, causing breakouts and acne. Sleep clean with Miracle. Now, I've been using Miracle Made bed sheets for over a year now, and I absolutely love them. They help keep me cool throughout the night, which means that I'm getting better sleep because I'm not waking up all throughout the night from being too hot. So go to trymiracle.com/ROF to try Miracle Made sheets today. And whether you're buying them for yourself or as a gift for a loved one, if you order today, you can save over 40%. And if you use our promo code ROF at checkout, you'll get 3 free towels and save an extra 20%. Miracle is so confident in their product, it's backed with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so if you aren't 100% satisfied, you'll get a full refund. Upgrade your sleep with Miracle Made. Go to trymiracle.com/ROF and use the code ROF to claim your free 3-piece towel set and save over 40% off. Again, that's trymiracle.com/ROF.